to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. All right, so I'm just going to try to make this short, sweet, and simple. So in this video, you have two black women that are in Mississippi. This is not a green screen. They decided to go to a cotton field in Mississippi and they decided to record this video. And the main thing that I always try to state is that you have black women all over who disrespect, who do a very stupendous and a great job at devaluing, disrespecting, and objectifying themselves directly online when it comes to misusing and mishandling the image of a black woman. Now, a lot of times that I've been doing this, I've heard people basically state, oh, the reason that we're devalued and objectified and sexualized is because of the mismanagement and handling of our image by way of black men and how it is that you treat us by way of social media, by music and movies. If y'all treated us better, then we would be treated better as such. But now we're at the timeline where black women have full on control, right? Black women are autonomous, right? You are on autopilot. You can do whatever you want to sit up there and do. Nobody is controlling you. The programming is already there. So this is what you see that is getting enacted. This is also what you see other young black women doing on social media. This is also what you see your daughters doing on social media as well. They're following in their mothers, in their sisters, in their grandmother's footsteps. And this is not because or by way of a black man. You literally see two black women doing this. And the heading is basically stating that if technology existed in 1860, that this is what black women will be doing, which means that they would be loose, that they would be immoral, that they would be illogical, that they will be sexualizing themselves, objectifying themselves, and devaluing themselves on top of disrespecting themselves. Maybe I said that once or twice, but it doesn't matter. The point still has to be made that this is 1000% ridiculous and it needs to be called out. And I'm trying to figure out when is it going to come to a point in time that black women are tired of seeing things like this, when they are tired of being mistreated and viewed in a certain type of light, a certain type of narrow minded light by way of other men directly out here on this planet. But as I stated to people before, the reason that those men can view you that way is because you have black women doing things like this every single day. Now, you may have some women that will decide to say, well, Seji, why don't you just focus on the black women that are doing good, that are doing positive, yada, yada, yada. Stop focusing on these ignorant, trifling women. And to that, I basically have a rebuttal. I would easily do that if on social media, this was not something that I would see pretty much every single day. There has not been a day that has gone by on social media that I have opened up any of these apps and not seen a black woman showing her best assets, in a sense, putting her best foot forward. In none of these videos or images that I present to you guys do I see an intelligent woman. Do I see a queen? Do I see somebody of knowledge, somebody of value, somebody that I should, in a sense, worship, right? Somebody that I should put on a pedestal, somebody that I should call, my girlfriend or my wife, right? That's not what I see in these images. I see completely different things, and those listings will not be stated here. But you know exactly what they are. But yet, when people even go to make that point, here comes people, oh, well, you know, we can do whatever we want. It's our bodies. And, no matter how we dress or how we act, you're supposed to sit up there and treat us with respect, value us, and treat us like a queen and all these other types of things. No, the world works off of presentation. So, however you present yourself is the way that the world is going to present their reaction to you. This is how they're going to interact with you. So if all I'm seeing is black women online doing this, then obviously I'm going to come at black women a certain type of way because that's the type of programming, the type of conditioning that is being handed down, not only to me, not only to the young boys directly out here that, a lot of them want to claim are criminals or this or that and the third, but this is the programming that y'all are handing down to your daughters, to your nieces, to your granddaughters. This is what y'all giving them, and you wonder why it is that you got all of these young girls running around here jumping to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then trying to say that behind doing all that and having a huge body count, oh, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that. Like I said, everything has to do with everything else. But the main problem is that when it comes to stuff like this, the responsibility is always handed to black men, stating that this is your fault, this is your fault, this is your fault, this is your fault. Even when you have videos like this where you just specifically have two black women doing this, it's still going to be a black man's fault. And you're not going to see or have black women basically stating that, yo, we got to get a hold of this. We got to get a hold of our image. We have to take accountability and responsibility for the actions that we commit to. Like I said, this is a terrible thing. And on top of the fact, knowing that the history of the black women of when they were in slavery, the things that they had to deal with, being a side piece, being a secondary wife, being made to breed, right, by way of the slave master or by way of other slaves out there, or also their sons or other male relatives. These same women saw their children reduced to nothing, their men reduced to nothing and even ashes, drowned alive, pulled apart by horses, going through the same exact treatment that those black women during slavery had to sit up there and face. They're watching their black men, they're watching their young black boys go through that. And it's not just the slave master doing it, it's also the slave hands on top of others from different plantations all over. And you mean to tell me that you have black women out here that decided that they wanted to dress as though that they were slaves during that time, go out there and pick cotton, and they wanted to start twerking and think that it was funny to disrespect the history and the image of the black woman that came before them? Because if it wasn't for those black women even living or surviving, they wouldn't even be able to get up here on a social media platform and be able to dance and act a fool like this. Like I said before, this is why I consistently told y'all I'm going to, in a sense, let y'all visually see the videos so that you're not going to be debating with me. Because if you are, it's just a foolish attempt to deflect from the situation, from the problem that's at hand, which is that black women need to get a control on how other black women are representing and misusing the image of black women and broadcasting and showing that to the world.